People say that watches resemble their owners. Is this true? Let's see if this applies to the most well-known leaders and what their most prized pieces in their collection are. Shall we begin? Vladimir Putin. And starting our list, we have one of the most powerful world leaders, Vladimir Putin. He began his long journey to the presidency in 1975 when he joined KGB after working in the Secret Service. More recently, he is known as a lover of watches, and you will often see him sporting various different brands. In fact, it could be a whole video about his collection, as choosing just one is quite challenging, but I will give it a try. Putin is famous for wearing Patek Philippe watches. However, in this video, I want to highlight one of his most expensive and astonishing pieces, the A. Lange & Söhne Turbograph. The watch has an approximate cost of $500,000. For those who don't know, it might seem like this watch is just a piece of craftsmanship that appeals to the aesthetic impulses of the eye. However, the real magic is in the details and its delicacy and skillfully crafted functionality. The watch is a culmination of a legacy that returned in 1990 after being forgotten in the 20th century. The watch measures 43mm by 16.6mm. In summary, the watch has a significant influence, and there are many reasons behind it. It's one of the most complicated watches ever produced, with a very thin perpetual calendar plate with a large aperture. If you're a lover of mechanical things, this will be your favorite. Prince William. Speaking of European leaders, it's impossible to leave out the British royalty. So it was challenging to decide who would it be, and I chose Prince William. Analyzing his collection, I wanted to highlight a piece with more sentimental value rather than monetary value. The watch is an Omega Seamaster 300. It's certainly not a bad watch. It's the smaller 36mm version of one of the Omega's best-selling watches. However, when I think of a watch worthy of a prince, I believe there are many better options than this watch. What makes this watch special is where it comes from. This watch was a gift from his late mother, Princess Diana, which clearly means a lot to him, and he has been seen wearing it on several occasions, especially on his wedding day in 2011. Dalai Lama. The next person on the list is someone I didn't know was a watch enthusiast. Dalai Lama grew up with an interest in mechanical objects, assembling and disassembling radios and electronic items in his free time away from meditation. This fascination continued to grow throughout his life. Nowadays, he has a very impressive watch collection. However, there's one piece that stands out, his Patek Philippe 658. This watch is significant for two reasons. One is its exclusivity, as one of only 15 watches of this line produced by Patek. The other is the person who gave him the watch. This watch was given to him in 1943 by two government officials when Dalai Lama was only 7 years old. The watch has an impressive dial and a perpetual calendar with month indicators and a built-in chronograph. Pope Francis. Speaking of holy men, Pope Francis is the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church and the first from the Americas, having been born in Argentina. Looking at other popes in history like Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict, both were seen wearing high-end Swiss watches like Rolex. However, Pope Francis is often seen wearing a number of Casio watches, specifically the Casio and Hugo 24/7. This watch, like many Casio models, is not very expensive, costing around $10. So if you want to look like His Holiness, you can buy it online for just $10. On the other hand, when it comes to prominent world leaders, we have to mention Donald Trump. Although he's always been in the spotlight, it's hard to pinpoint a specific piece in his collection. Trump has been spotted wearing various models, but most notably this rose gold Patek Philippe Ellipse model reference 3738-122. It's a small watch with an approximate cost of $19,000. Today, however, I want to highlight his 1968 Vacheron Constantin Ultra Thin in rose gold, because it was the one he wore on the night of his election. The watch remains true to the brand with its elegant design profile. It has a beautiful 35mm square case, an impressive thickness of 5mm, and an automatic caliber 1120 movement. The cost of this watch can go up to $25,000, depending on the metal chosen. Beautiful, isn't it? Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, was seen wearing an IWC Portuguese regulator. What is unique about this model is that the hours, minutes, and seconds are on different dials within the watch. The value of this IWC is around $9,000, an excellent watch for this leader. Emmanuel Macron. Next we have Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. Macron opted for something simpler and more economical, a Longines Dolce Vita, which costs around $600. A great watch for the price and perfect for someone like him. Volodymyr Zelensky. For the leader and frontline of his country, Volodymyr Zelensky, one of the most talked about presidents of the last year. In times of peace, he has been seen wearing a Tag Heuer Carrera caliber Hubert 01, which costs around $300. In times of conflict, he usually doesn't wear a watch. Xi Jinping. Finally, the leader Xi Jinping, the president of China. Xi Jinping has this relatively modest Omega constellation, which costs around $1,700. There is no doubt that a watch is a leader's best friend, not only for its refinement, but also for the knowledge and prestige it can bring, depending on its origin. But tell us, which is your favorite? Don't forget to let us know in the comments. Subscribe and share this video with a watch enthusiast. We know they will love it. See you soon!